So this month is the 1 year mark since I picked up a paintbrush. Here's an oil that I did a few months ago, just kind of taking account of what I've been doing. Sorry for the glare coming off of here. It's almost impossible to get rid of that. So watercolors, oil work. Here's the first oil that let me see if I can step back and get some distance on this. So there's the first oil that I ever did because I just wanted to get familiar with the medium. Obviously it's more graphic design than art, but it gave me a feel for the brushwork, and it's pretty cool how you can get those textures built up in oil, and how to get the fine lines and get things separated where they should be. Trying to avoid little problems like that, but I'm not going to complain. And then watercolors. Oh, the glare is just horrible, isn't it? Let me step to the side. Started doing watercolors, entering them into exhibitions. I suppose like most artists, my work started out pretty primitive. And then once in a while I would get something that my art instructors would really like, and I thought this was going to be horrible and they loved it, and so it's hard to tell what's going on. So I continued on. I paint every day if I can, and most days I can. And then some cooler things started happening. I started getting those light openings in the trees, and colors that they just kind of stood out more. Just looking at things that I liked. Here's an acrylic that I did. I probably did this 2 months after I started painting. And here's kind of a different one. This is actually gessoed watercolor paper. And then I painted with oil over the top of it, so I get those nice textures built in. I've had it under the glass. It doesn't seem to be having any problem with it, but that was kind of an interesting experience, and I'm happy about it. So what am I doing now that's different than what I was doing with these other paintings? Well, all the good artists, at least the ones that I think are good artists, not that I'm trying to be critical, they all recommend sketching and sketching without any fear. And I gotta say, I am a person that does have apprehension when it comes to putting things down, and I don't know why I do that. Probably just because I'm so new. But I picked up this little fanny pack, a watercolor box that I could put whatever watercolors I liked in it. So these little half pan things are they're great for sketching in the field. And I get excited, putting these together. It's kind of like a kid, I guess, when it comes to these things. I picked up a travel set of watercolor brushes, and I got a 4-piece set, and it goes from pretty coarse to a needle fine, and those have been good brushes for me. A few extra watercolor paints, a spritz bottle, the mighty pencil, and that's where I get into lots of problems, because my weakness is sketching. And so I bought a sketchbook, and of course the first thing I had to do was to put a swatch path in it, don't we all? So I started drawing and painting without fear, just not caring what happened. Just get it on there, don't make any excuses, just start painting. And so I started out with this simple island tree scene, and then I would I started driving places and learning how to paint. Oops, I'm bumping things there. Learning how to paint just off the cuff. So here's a water tower down the road for me. And here's a Polish cathedral located in a local cemetery here in Milwaukee. Just a house maintained, you know, and I didn't care about using too much or too little color, or if the lines were perfect, and how to get these trees to open up, and you can see that I'm just kind of going crazy here and doing whatever comes to mind. Also, one of the things, here's just a river scene with a dude fishing, and he caught a nice fish, by the way. One of the things I like about this is I can do basically thumbnails. I have a real hard time getting rocks in a way that I like them, and so I started experimenting with a palette knife to get these highlights, and I love it. I mean, and it leaves a nice texture behind. So this is just kind of my workshop. More rocks, of course. Got to have a purple sky in there. And then sometimes I'll just go to a place like a grocery store, and this is a bank next to a grocery store, and I just got out the pencil and went to work. And nothing is perfect about these, and nothing I'm ever going to do is perfect, but what they are is freedom for me. Oh, and by the way, I used drawing gum to seal this edge down. It works wonderful to keep everything in place. And so that's my journey so far, 1 year of painting. And I'm having a blast, and I'm taking classes, and, you know, trying to improve. And it's one of the best hobbies, most affordable hobbies I've ever had in my life, and I'm really having a good time. Thanks for viewing, and have a great day.